Searching podcasts for Dave, and one more time.
And 3.
Number 2.
Follow that with a 1.
Woohoo!
Feliz Navidad.
Jingle bells, baby.
Feliz Navidad. And what is it? Hi everybody. How are you? I'm Dave.
I'm Juan.
And this is Dave and Juan.
More time.
Normally we tell them before that, America, you are
welcome, man.
welcome. You know, it's the Christmas spirit, and we're all over the place. So, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa. What else? What am I missing?
Hanukkah. You did Hanukkah.
What do the pagans do? Enjoy the season.
Nothing. Happy holidays. That voiceover company that I work for says, enjoy the festive season. Got
Right.
an email about that again this week, and it's like, all right, I'm not sure. It's I live in Louisiana. It's festive season, pretty long.
Yeah. But so whatever it is you choose to celebrate, we wish you a happy, merry, joyous, healthy one. As we it's been a couple weeks off. That's on me. Those of you that
All right.
like you said though, they had 190 something. I don't know how many episodes to go back.
A lot of other ones to choose from, man.
Plenty of them. Plenty out there. But we are back. I'm pretty much back from being sick. I was feeling bad last week when we would normally record, but I went to the Texans game anyway.
Well, there's money involved in that.
I tailgate. Well, and my son wanted to go, and I'd already said we were going. So I was tailgating early, and it's one of those things where you get out there early. So in the morning, I wake up, I'm not feeling great, but drink some coffee, get out there. Gates open at 8. We get in there, get set up, and when you start drinking beer at 9 o'clock in the morning,
tends to pass.
you start to feel a little like, I got this.
At least it tends to negate it for a moment.
Right. You start feeling, maybe the beer, because I used to say that in college. Whenever I was feeling, coming down with a cold or just feeling bad, back in those days, I always said, a couple beers just knock the edge off. You feel better. So I was doing that, and we were in the game, and man, about second quarter of that game, I just had my hand. I sort of like I was leaning forward, pretending I was like really paying attention to the game. Just closing my eyes, thinking, "Oh dear God, just let me."
Let it end.
Oh, I just want to get in my bed. I just want to, you're just daydreaming like, "Oh man, I swear I'm gonna really appreciate it when I can get in my bed." But so that's when I texted you when I got back saying, "Bro, don't think it's gonna happen." And then all week, fighting stuff off. I did something I think you've talked about doing before, for the first time in a long time, or maybe ever for me. Did one of those teledocs.
Yeah.
You've done that, right?
Yeah, I don't mind it, to be honest with you.
If it's something that like, so what happened with me is I guess around Wednesday, what day? Well, maybe Thursday. So I've been having congestion and all, just but and then
just the winter crud.
right, but then you get your lymph nodes right under here, and every now and then you'll get one that kind of swells up on you, but that's just sort of normal. But then I had one sort of, it was painful. I'm not used to, those of you out there that have real issues or belittling me right now, but it got to the point where it kind of hurt from my ear all the way down to the under the jaw.
Dude,
Right.
I'll tell you, when I was sick a couple of weeks ago, my teeth were hurting.
Yes. Yes. And it was swollen and sensitive to the point that when I turned my head or did something, and then when I tried to eat, right. It's almost like
I had never had that to where I'm saying, Jesus, are all my teeth gone bad?
Right. So So my wife knew I was feeling bad when I say, I think in the morning, and I'm telling her this around 5 o'clock, 5:30. Said in the morning, I think I have to go to, urgent care or something. And we started talking about, when we do that teledoc thing. So she's done it before. And hey, so I think both things can be true. I'm glad it exists. I'm glad it's after doing it, you wonder, why do we even get in our cars
Yeah.
and go do anything? Now I opted out of the video, just you did it on the phone, right? Dude, you can tell them anything. You know what I'm saying?
I fell yesterday and I'm in massive pain and I could really, really use some oxycodone.
They won't do, I don't think they'll
No, I
do
don't think
that.
they would do that.
But antibiotics? I
Yeah,
mean,
there's certain things you gotta go in for. I've had stuff where if it's like a long-term prescription and it's like, well, I've refilled this 4 times, so yeah, let's come in and do that, or come in just for
yeah.
whatever reason. Uh, but I've done it on the on camera, and my doctor will give you the option typically.
Mhm.
You want to come in and I don't know, it depends what it is. Yeah, like there's some things I'd rather go in for.
Yeah. Oh,
I
so when you're
think,
doing
yeah.
it, but you're not doing it with your actual doctor, right?
I do it with I go to what you call it a
Concierge?
nurse practitioner.
Yeah.
Now I
I don't
did
even know.
have concierge service before, which was phenomenal. That was the deal there.
I
So
don't
you go
even
to
know.
like a
uh,
an emergency or the whatever the
I don't even know what country the doctor I was talking to was sitting in. I know the one. Let me tell you how 'cause it was on speakerphone. I'm talking to this person, and I couldn't catch the name, but the name doesn't matter. Okay. And here's how difficult it was to understand and figure this out. To me, I thought I was talking to a male Indian doctor. That's what it sounded like to me. I just sounded like a. My wife tells me after, no, that was looking at the name. That was a female African doc. Yeah, if you saw the
you saw the
name,
picture.
no, I didn't see the picture. I was not.
No, but how does she know?
I don't know. She was just going by the name and I guess the accent. And she's probably better at that than me. And I'm like, well, golly, Bob, I thought I was talking to somebody different, but it doesn't really matter.
Well, I will tell you now, the vast majority of new doctors, in my opinion, new doctors in the United States are Indian.
Well, I live in Fort Bend County. Fort Bend County has the highest Indian population per capita of any county in the United States of America. Chances are you're right. Yeah,
Yeah.
but hey, good. You know, if and my neighbor, some of my best neighbors I've had forever, and they're Indians and
Yeah,
uh,
fine.
great, great people, great culture. And I understand myself. I might not be the easiest guy to understand on any given. I stand in front of groups all the time, and I'm always scanning to make sure. You want to make sure that the faces you see are that of amusement and engagement, not confusion. All right. Because it's usually not the messages or the information I'm sharing that's confusing. It may be my diction and my
Yeah,
accent.
yeah. My dad says he doesn't wear his hearing aids to church because he doesn't understand a damn thing a word they're saying anyway. He's got I don't know what nationality his priest is from, but
Now he's a Catholic, so at least with the Catholics, you're pretty much sure going back a couple thousand years, it ought to be about the same thing,
right,
right? You can
you know when to
sort of
stand
follow
up, sit
along.
down, and kneel down just by the cadence.
I got to be honest, man. We went to a church this morning, a Catholic church down. It's a different, down the different one that we normally go to, and it's actually the church that both my sons many, many, many moons ago made their first communion in. So it's old school. I like it's a country down in Richmond, Texas. I like it a lot. But somewhere along the way, I guess they got a high tech. I didn't think about you, but I thought about, oh, that's what all these other churches do. So on the altar behind, so basically it was two different, not a screen, but they were projecting onto the walls everything, like the readings
Mhm.
the song lyrics, that's not, that's not old school Catholic. I mean,
No,
old
no, no, I've never seen Catholic like
dude.
that. My church, some people call it karaoke church because the lyrics come
There
up
you
as
go. That's I will think about that next time, karaoke church. But to put that in perspective, the church that's closest to us, and I'm talking, I could walk to it easily from here. I could hear the church bells, ringing if it rings. So I have a Catholic church right here too. Pretty big parish.
yeah.
Now these folks going back, I don't know how long they've been doing it, but they went back. They do Latin.
Oh, wow.
They're doing Latin masses, bro. And the priest,
Does the priest face the altar?
yes, you're standing there looking at the back of the priest because
Yeah, for all
I'm
you
not.
young Catholics, that's how they used to do mass. My
Well,
dad would tell me that.
here's the deal though. Apparently, that's the jam now, man. A lot of younger people, look, man, it's always about being alternative, right?
Yeah.
A lot of younger people are going saying, you know what, that's what it was originally, and that was um I've not been to one yet. My wife has, and it's just interesting. But yeah, so okay, that's what's happening right here. So two different ends of the spectrum, right? I got a full on Latin mass happening here, and then this other one I went to. But what's funny to me is one of the uh, before mass starts, and it's projected on both sides, and there's the big cross in the middle, Jesus
Mhm.
on the cross, and I think a lot of Catholic churches have, and then to the left and to the right of that is where they project stuff on. Well, for their please turn off your cell phone, whatever, it's Jesus. They got they got like a picture of Jesus, and he must have like a host or something. I was trying to figure out what's in his hands, but it says something like please silence
Now,
your
is it AI of Jesus saying it, or
no,
is it
it's just Jesus,
just the
but they
words? Uh,
superimpose the words. I looked at my wife. I said, well, you know what? That's a little more that's effective marketing. It's
yeah,
not it's not just somebody standing at the behind the podium saying please silent. Jesus is telling you,
that's a little harder to ignore.
yo, hey, how about you ixnay on the phone, eh? But
Yeah,
yeah, so
my
that was
church, so we always do for Christmas services or services on Christmas Eve, the day before Christmas Eve, and the day before that, which is today. So our Christmas services started. We had two services today, and so we have a full on like 48 by 20-foot LED wall back of the hall. That's and then we've got the two screens on the side of that. So and so there's a lot of video and animation and everything.
put
And
you
for
closer
Christmas,
to
there's
God.
right, man. There's laser lights and stuff today. It's always cool at the beginning of the Christmas service or before they come on and to say, today's service will last a little over an hour and will feature our Christmas music as well as lights and lasers that may be bothersome to some.
Oh yeah. And smoke and special effects.
We have snow.
No, you
We always
didn't.
have snow at the last song. Just like I think it's really like bubbles. It's like comes from the ceiling.
Well, I know we've talked about what you guys do, and I know you guys have fun with it. And I hope you're not as off the chart, over the top, ridiculous as some. I see some
I know
churches
we
up,
have a good church. It's
dude. I got news for
good
you guys. If
pastor.
you're in a church and part of the service is Santa Claus, like rising, like Santa Claus is. I saw one the other day where Santa on a sleigh, man, unbelievable. The yeah, Motley Crue didn't tour with as much.
Got a riser coming out the center of the stage.
I'm like, hey, don't get me wrong. I know it sounds like I'm judging. I'm not meaning to judge, but I think you're kind of losing the message of Christmas Mass if Santa is playing a large role in your festivities. But
No,
that's
we've had Santa just kind of dancing around on stage because they always do a little part for kids. So we've had that, but not a main feature.
well, there you go. I had fun with so last week at the tailgate. I told you about that big speaker I bought. It's just
Hmm.
I feel bad because I'm not going to the Christmas game now. We decided
Oh,
to
you're
opt out.
not?
Well, yeah. What happened is, and it worked out too. In fact, the best. I mean, the warmest feeling I've had all Christmas season. So I still needed a ticket. right? Because we talked about this before. The Christmas game here in Houston, the halftime show was Beyonce. I would gladly pay more for a ticket, not like right. I'm no interest at all. But the tickets are really hard to get, and I was gonna say I was gonna get one. I have to pay a few $100s
Yeah.
for a stupid ticket that I didn't for a thing I didn't want to go to. And then a friend of mine who does the tailgating with us, he's an awesome guy, and he's got his mom and his brother, and he wants to bring them. They don't typically go to the games,
Uh-huh.
but it was Christmas. And he would like to, and he was looking for tickets, and they were ridiculous. I mean, the dude was going to have to fork over like $600 or so to bring. So I just texted him, middle of the week, and I cleared it with my son. I said, hey, you still looking? Yeah. And uh, I said, well, Merry Christmas. And I gave him mine or whatever. And it was like, I actually screenshotted the text exchange because it was the nicest. And I told that to my wife. I said, that was my Christmas present right there. That little 4 inches of,
Yeah.
good dude, a good dude. And he was excited. So I'm like, so yeah. So now I'm grilling for Christmas. Now we're doing a Martin type of Christmas where I'm going to be out there grilling steaks and burgers and stuff because I got my other son. Both my sons are here, and then apparently we have neighbors across the street who older couple, lovely people. We've been here forever, and my wife found out that they've got nobody for whatever reason. The one relative they sometimes spend time with is in Japan or something. I don't
Wow.
know. So they're coming over. So
Nice.
we're gonna have a weird. I might
We
just
get to
bring my
meet you.
Indian, invite my Indian friends over too, because they don't celebrate Christmas. So and they don't eat meat, so it'd be
Right. I was
rough.
gonna say, and they're not gonna eat a lot.
Well, they can have some
Stock up on some veggies.
sweet potatoes, and I'm sure we'll have cookies if you can do.
We're supposed to get rain here.
Really, I think
So you're probably gonna get it on Christmas Eve.
we might, I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know. One of my sons, my younger son, flew to Rhode Island last night. He spent a Christmas with his mom, and I think it was about 5 degrees there this morning.
Well, I saw it was pretty darn cold, like at the Notre Dame game, and
Yeah, yeah.
as we speak right now, we're doing this on a Sunday evening. There's a Buffalo's playing, and they said winter has arrived to New York, so it's pretty cold up there. You know what I did last? Today is Sunday. Oh, so two
Today's
nights ago, went to a musical, went to a play,
Oh, I
right,
saw that.
dude. Went to see Frozen.
But your son in it?
Oh no, I wish you would, dude. That'd have been
Okay, all right. I was assuming that's why you went.
no, 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 no. This is pretty big. This is called Tuts Theater Under the Stars. It's massive. It's sort of it's it it's a half step below Broadway. In fact, a
Wow.
lot of
Okay.
the people that play in these shows have been on Broadway. You look at the thing, like
Mhm.
one of the leads in this play was in Hamilton, on Broadway. So it's really it's stout. It's the that's if Broadway's the big leagues, this is AAA baseball. So
Yeah.
he's got he's got a ways to go. I'm biased. I think he could hang, but it's
Right.
it's
You gotta
tough.
pay your
But
dues, so to speak.
what's funny, and I even asked my son, do you think I'm the only person here? I have never seen Frozen.
No, neither have I. I'd
I
sooner
never
go see the play than I'd see the movie, though.
I never watched the movie. I didn't even know the story. I knew some of the
I don't, just because I mean my daughter was that age when it was out. So I heard the music 8 million times, and then we've been to Disney a few times and gone to whatever, the little mini plays, I guess, that they
yeah.
have at Disney with it. But that's as far as I go.
Let it go. So I mean, as always, I mean, it's these shows are just they're stout. They're good. And this one, I guess that's the that must be the formula. You have these songs, the iconic, chill inducing songs right before the end of the first act. So in like Wicked, it's Defying Gravity. Just
Yeah.
I've said that before. One of the most just stunning thing. And so Let It Go for this one was right before the end of the first act. And it's really good. I give him credit. The staging was amazing. And we were up close, so like you just like the stuff would come fly out of her hands and stuff. And but then they had whatever she had on was a I guess a quick the thing
Quick
which kind of rips
change.
off. they probably had a wire to the back of it that just pulled it off. So she just went from like what she was wearing to the queen or the princess, whatever gown. But I know this is scintillating for those of you out there that are trying. I was freaking impressed. All right. I'm sitting on aisle 3 watching watching Frozen for the first time, trying to not so much follow the story because I didn't want to annoy my wife or my son. Like,
Yeah, what's going on? What's about
what am I missing here? You know, drinking wine and eating jujubes, and I tell you what, some interesting things. I even had a spiked cocoa or something. Yeah, you know, it's Christmas stuff.
Well, I guess you can get like chocolate martinis and stuff. So
Yeah, it was hot cocoa with Bailey's sriracha or something. I don't
okay.
know. I didn't know what I wanted. I was like told the young lady fixing the stuff. I was like, I don't know. Just give me one of them spiked cocoa things. Yeah, I'm real sophisticated, Juan. You can tell I'm
Yeah. Well, we went Friday to do a little Christmas shopping. And then, when we were done, Joey mentioned this thing, some bar or club or whatever had during the holiday season, they have, I guess they call it like a Christmas bar or a Christmas pop-up bar where it's Christmas specialty drinks. And so she
okay.
said, all right, we're gonna go there. And first of all, I knew we would be, the oldest people in there, certainly close to it. But I wasn't dressed to go, but I didn't care. I had, sweatpants on, uh, slides, and fuzzy socks. So when we got there, I was prepared to ask the people at the door if they allowed old people with fuzzy socks
But please tell me no.
in. But they were having a private party, so we didn't go. Uh, we went someplace else though that was a nicer place that really shouldn't have let people in with fuzzy socks. But you
Exposed
talk,
fuzzy
you,
socks.
yeah, you talk about yeah, the not just whatever on the drink. So this bartender tells us, I don't know, he described himself as what kind of bartender he was. Like I said, it's a real nice place. Uh, and he said, if there's a flavor, anything you like, just let me know and I'll whip something up. And so I said, all right, well, I like gin and Sprite, but make it like a little tropical taste and all. So the dude's sitting there making it. He's got a straw and he's tasting it and putting this and putting that in it. Uh, it was really good. And then like we each had a couple drinks and like an appetizer, which consisted of like a bowl of chips and several different dipping sauces.
Okay.
But I said, so could you come here and say, okay, you just go with it and take people on like a flavor journey, so to speak? And he said,
Flavor
yeah,
journey.
that's what I do. He said, come back when you have time. So then when I got the bill for those 2 drinks and that bowl of chips, yeah, that'd be a good idea. I'm not real sure I'm gonna be doing that flavor journey here though.
This was an expensive journey.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
flavorful, but
yeah.
oh,
Like
dude, listen, last night,
$100, $100 for 4 drinks and a bowl of chips.
$100. That's okay. We went over 100, but I had a little more than I think I had, and I can't complain because at
You're
first
in
we
Houston at a play. I'm in Baton Rouge.
well, this is true. This is true. But we walked up the first time, and I think my son ordered a beer. My wife grabbed the beer. The beer's about $9, 9.50 a
Yeah.
piece. And I'm like, just give me a house Cabernet. Well, wine. You want a short or tall? Tall. That's $21. When the bill rang up, I looked at my wife and son saying, "Oh, okay, I can't complain tonight. I'm up on you." And then So I don't know over the course of I don't know how like we went to intermission, I guess, and got some other stuff, but it's like, yeah, there's 100 something bucks into that. Like, man, bro, I want to be cultured, but that stuff's expensive.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Hey,
the
just dawned on me. Hang on a sec here. Is today your birthday?
Today's my birthday.
Man, we are 25 minutes into this podcast, and it's so funny because we're guys. The only reason I know this is I saw something on Facebook and I totally forgot it. And I'm sitting here thinking, hey man, when did I read that? Dude, that
Yep,
was
that's today.
today. Well, happy birthday, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Also, when I got home from church, I said, "You want to open your birthday present now?" So I just rather open it on Christmas. She
Back it
said,
up.
"Why?" I said, "Because I don't have to open it now."
Yeah, you had that struggle all growing up, huh?
Yeah, yeah, it was. That's it. Well, there was a girl at church. It was her birthday yesterday, and she was one of the volunteers today too. So we had that conversation. But oh, that's for your Christmas and your birthday.
Well, and later on in life, that's actually how you want it,
Oh God, yeah.
right? People, we've talked about this. People don't understand, especially men. Getting presents is more pressure for us than it's worth. Like, we're afraid when you give us a gift, it usually causes a bit of angst
Yeah.
because we're afraid we're not going to be as appreciative or be able
Right.
to
It's
show.
and it's not. I don't. I'm not comfortable doing it. And I've told people you could give me a pair of socks or you could give me a brand new car, and my reaction would be the same. It's not that I don't massively appreciate it. I'm just not a good gift reactor.
Yeah, you just say, appreciate. Yeah, exactly, exactly. So people think you're just saying that when you say it. Nope, that's not.
Mm-mm.
But I told that to my wife. I said, no, I don't know if she bought me something different or not, but I told her, I said, hey, count that speaker I bought.
Yeah.
Because I overspent. I was dumb. I mean, that's one of the few. I am pretty. I'm glad I got it. It's kind of fun. Hopefully next year I'll use it more at all the tailgates and stuff. But it's one of those purchases you make that it's like, man, this is cool. And then you realize, what the hell am I going to be? Even my son, who's back,
It's cool, but maybe you're not that cool.
well, my son, that's the music guy and everything. He came back. He was in the gets in the up in the game room. He took a look at it. He goes, man, you can do gigs with this thing. I'm like, yeah. I wasn't don't know what I was thinking, but what was funny was at the last football game, I just slapped on a bunch of right when we got there, slapped on some Christmas. I got it. I got I got list and stuff. I put on Christmas and to make sure to put some Partridge Family out there. We did play.
They're good, man.
Oh, let me tell you something. If you were at the Houston Texans tailgating on last Sunday morning, you flat out heard some Keith Partridge, baby. Uh,
Rocking it out, dude.
and I'm not talking about you didn't even have to be near us to hear it. I mean, that speaker's got some freaking range. And then later, like in the morning, it was so funny. I don't know why I decided to do it. Pavarotti singing the famous song now that Trump closes his
Yeah. Yeah.
well, it was a ill now my son would be yelling at me. He knows the name of it, but and
Yeah. I don't know the name of it. I just
it was a
know.
famous song well before Trump started using it for that. But hang on a second. Now I'm curious, Juan. I got to pull it up here. Hang on a sec.
Well, I did see an ad for a sweatshirt with a QR code on the back of it. And when you scan the QR code, a video comes up of Trump doing his little dance.
There you go. There you go. Where's the let's see. Darn it. Oh, joy to the world. It's a better Christmas Eve, little jump boy. And of course I'm not gonna find it now. But anyway, I popped that sucker on, you know. Dude, people were like stopping and turning around and a few ladies just kind of stopped and they put their
Were
hands.
they enjoying the classiness of it
Oh
or
my
shock?
God, dude! The biggest hit there was when you threw some power. Because think about it, you're walking through a parking lot, people heading to the game and all this other stuff. And man, they're listening to everything, whether it's rap or whatever. Just playing Christmas music was unique. They heard Pavarotti, right? And I was standing there with some other guys and these people looking over. I'm like, hey, we got culture, us. How dare you think
Yeah.
we don't have
Yeah.
culture over
I don't
here?
know the name of this song, but
Well, I didn't say that. I pretended I did. Um, but Christmas, we're talking about Christmas stuff, and it's been coming up, and everything's on so many channels now. I miss the days where we had cable, and there might have been two or three premium channels. So if you paid for, say, HBO or Cinemax or whatever, if you paid for a couple of extra channels, pretty much anything on TV you could get.
hmm
Right
Oh
now,
my Lord.
dude, I've lost track. And it really is true. Like we all talk about, oh, we cut the cable. We cut the cable. We all spend more money now
Yeah.
if you want to see stuff.
Well, I think because you get used to it, it's like, hey, I could just spend this right now, and it's I'll get the $30 free. Oh man, I forgot to kill that. Well, now I got it for 30 more days. Let me keep it and watch something.
Well, somebody's got a special out there now. They're doing like a documentary or whatever on Band-Aid, right? And I've seen clips of it, and I don't know where I saw one time a slightly extended part of it, but going back to
Yeah.
do they know it's Christmas? And it's an interesting time. I say this a lot. Two things can be true. Two things can be true. It can be true that that was a very well-meaning, very well-meaning operation.
Mm-hmm.
They, in their hearts, probably thought they were going to
Thought they
make
were
a
doing
difference.
some good.
They were going to make a difference. All these years later, when you know how it actually worked out and how it turned out, it was one of the biggest virtue signals ever, right? The arrogance of musicians. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna solve poverty, right?
Yeah, we'll make a few $1,000,000
And Bob Geldof is a prick. Okay, two things can be true. Sir Bob Geldof probably in his heart
my man Michael Hutchins hated him.
hated him. Your man. Well, it's true. I knew that you were not going to be on Team Geldof. I saw him speak once. Did I tell you that?
In person?
Yeah, in person. I was at a banking conference in Las Vegas a ton of years ago. It's probably like, I mean, I can remember because it was right before the mortgage crisis. So it was probably '08. And I'm in a pretty big room. It's probably like, I don't know, 900, 1,000 people. And he was one of the speakers. Now, to his credit, at the time, he was mildly entertaining. He dropped the F bomb twice.
Wow.
And this was back when nobody was like,
Right.
this is in the morning at a banking conference. And I was like, oh, all right. Of course, later on in life, I've been, you find out that some of the biggest degenerates in the world are bankers. And the only industry that has more degenerates is the medical, doctors, lawyers, bankers are up in there. You got some good people. Don't get me wrong. There are some great people in every profession, but man, let me tell you, there's some freaking degenerates in that stuff. But yeah, Geldof, he he's just a pompous ass, man. And I think that to this day they still try to milk it. Because they've done Band-Aids since then, which to me is just awful. They bring back some of the old ones. And now they got someone like Ed Sheeran, is it Sheehan, whatever, who's
Yeah, Ed Sheeran.
the redhead guy.
Yeah, redhead guy.
He's fine. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think he's a talented guy, but you can't come back and do that song again.
No,
Whoever,
it was the novelty of it, man.
and it was the first time it was done, right? I think, right? Um, and looking back now, though, right at the footage, um, Boy George, man, Boy George was the man. And now his is the best story. He woke up that morning in New York. He had kind of told Geldof he would do it, but didn't really mean to, and he was doing whatever and whatever he was on, but he was. And apparently, Geldof calls him. He's in a hotel in New York. Boy George wakes up. He's in a hotel in New York. And Geldof gets on him about that. They actually looked at the flights, and there was a flight leaving or whatever. So he just barely gets to the airport, flies over to London. And that's why Boy George was like the last one recorded. Like if you look at the footage and stuff, Boy George is not. Yeah, he ain't in the middle of the stuff. He was, they stuck him at the end. But hey, I don't know. It's just interesting. As watching that, I was on some one night. We're just sitting here, nothing to do, and just it rarely happens that I'm downstairs with my wife or sons, whatever, and kicking it, and then it was like Vivo.
Yeah, I think that's a new one or something. Something with the
a lot with the '90s. So it's playing a lot of stuff from the '90s, which is and that was actually the most entertaining thing on TV is watching these old videos. I mean,
I like to watch old music videos.
Oh, back when they were actually putting effort into it. But
they've got something now. It's like a yacht rock documentary.
Yeah, but I don't have that one. It's on I think that one's on HBO.
Okay, yeah. So
yeah. I've got a few. I don't know what we got. I mean, I probably got to go get Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus looks like it's pretty good.
Well, Paramount Plus, I tell you, we got it because Joey bought that deal for Walmart, like the home delivery. So it's Walmart Plus, and it comes with Paramount.
Yeah.
Save 10 cents a gallon on gas too.
I got to get my wife.
Um,
Yeah. My wife will get on that.
but so we started watching Landman.
I hear that's the best show.
Dude,
I watched a 20-minute review of that, I think this morning, and I've seen the clips of Landman.
yeah.
But the guy that was doing the review said it's you would think it's an impossibility that a guy, the Sheridan, I forget his first name, but the
Yeah, but
writer,
that's the guy who did
Yellowstone.
Yellowstone. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So this guy has what they say most consider the best TV program of the last 10 years. And as this thing ends, you beat it.
Yeah.
They say Landman is, the clips are fantastic.
It's good.
Yeah.
And I'm bummed because I'm caught up now.
Okay.
Well, I guess there's a new episode tonight. Uh, but what's it? Billy Bob Thornton
Oh yeah.
is
Yes.
phenomenal in it.
Oh yeah. And you
It's
can tell
very, very not politically incorrect, but it's very not woke.
it's based. It ain't
Yeah.
woke. Oh, the clips I've seen where he's explaining to the lawyer about how windmills are actually a joke.
Right, right. Uh there was I think it was in the last episode where he's in the bar and the bartender tells him the barmaid says, we have a special on Bud Light tonight. And he says, really, how's that going? And she said, well, not well. And he said, shocking. Or something to that, or
I saw one clip where he's sitting there saying the bartender whatever, and he's saying, I'm not drinking anymore. Just give me a beer. And
yeah.
but hey, for all credit, and don't get me wrong, and that's a funny line. He goes on, and the guy says, well, there's alcohol in there, right?
Yeah.
And he says, come on, really? He says, well, it's just like whatever whiskey. He says, I'll tell you what. He said, I'm not gonna curse, but he said, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna sit here and drink 6 of these Michelob Ultras. I'll come back here tomorrow night and drink six whiskeys, and you tell me what alcohol is, right? But
Yeah.
hey, it's a funny line. I'm not drinking. I just have beer. Mojo Nixon back in the 80s had a song about beer. What was it? Gosh darn it. Da-da-da-da. Oh, Elvis is Everywhere. He had a song called Elvis is Everywhere. Elvis. Yeah, me and Raul Galliana saw Mojo Nixon at Tipitina's when
Wow.
when he came to town. But I used to play Elvis is Everywhere on the radio station. But he had something about this is about last call. I know sorry, the bar's closed. All right, just give me a beer. That was the argument that like beer. Oh, dang Juan. Okay, everything I just told you was true, except I missed the song. He also had a song called "Beer Ain't Drinking."
All right. All right.
Beer ain't drinking. Beer ain't drinking. I don't care what your mama says. Anyway, I'm not gonna torture you guys with me trying to figure that one out. But yeah. Anyway, Landman. So hey, yeah,
Good
Liz
show.
Martin. I know Liz Martin's probably watching this. Liz, we got to get you hooked up with Paramount Plus. We got to get you some.
There's a lot of, I don't know if Liz is offended.
They got some dirty stuff in there too, huh?
Not dirt, not too bad. I mean, some.
I don't think she's offended by language.
The language. You got a couple bare butts.
Well, that's not the bad part. And they do have some very, very vile. I do remember a scene between the daughter and the dad in one of the conversations.
Yeah, that's and that's rough because the characters and God, people are, if you're not watching it, don't care about it. The girl, it's just kind of creepy because her character is 17.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a 17-year-old daughter, and I wouldn't even sit in a room and watch that with my 17-year-old daughter, let alone have such conversations. But the actress who plays her is 27, so it's not.
Yeah. I saw that. Right, 27, playing that. She's a young 27. I'll give her that. Point I was making earlier about these watching stuff in the videos, and one of the videos they start playing, and I don't know if they're talking about it because I don't know what anniversary it is, but Wham, Last Christmas, the famous, Last Christmas. So they were actually interviewing at Band-Aid, I guess, George and Wham, back when the Wham, they just finished recording it. It had not been released yet. So he's talking about, we got a Christmas single coming out and whatever. And then they played the Last Christmas video, the official video. And I'm sitting there smiling thinking, that was back when they all wanted us to believe that George had a girlfriend.
That was a dude that was a good looking dude, man.
And man, it's people today, youngins today, I guess they could rightly think we were stupid for some
Well,
things.
but not. It wasn't so.
Dude, I
It,
never even suspected. Wake Me Up Before You Go has
yeah.
to be, I mean, not that there's anything wrong with that. That's got to
Yeah.
be the gayest video
Right.
ever. You look at what he's wearing, right? And
Right. Those
never,
little bitty shorts and everything, man. And
never crossed our minds.
well, I don't think
Never,
I thought about Boy George, whether or not he was.
100%.
Yeah.
What, like, and now you go, dang, how stupid were we? Freddie Mercury.
Yeah.
Freddie Mercury did the video. I want to break free in a freaking dress, dressed like a French maid,
Yeah.
right? And we were just
I
like, interesting
just didn't
choice.
think about it. Wasn't
Hey,
everybody wasn't in that box then?
dude, I mean, the guy that's saying we will rock you, we are the champions. We're not thinking,
Fat bottom girls.
thank you, thank you. Now, the only guy that truly hit it well was was it Rob Halford for Judas Priest?
Oh yeah.
That's the one that stunned me way late in life. Way late in life when they said, yeah, he's gay. I'm like, what? What? Hell bent for leather? You got
Yeah.
another thing
Well,
coming?
kind of had those leather chaps and everything.
Oh, please. We talked about this before. None of us even suspected the Village People.
Right.
Like, I mean, we just thought, and I just think the
Yeah, I
fact that
didn't
now,
think about the YMCA song. Nothing.
dude, the fact that Trump's out there now dancing to that stuff, like, all right, it all comes full circle.
That's his level of inclusiveness.
We weren't stupid, y'all. We were just naive because back in those days, we didn't. It was that
You didn't care.
not that it didn't matter. We didn't care.
Right.
Didn't care.
Right. You weren't trying to label anybody.
100%.
Um,
Let's go back to that. Uh,
well, here,
yeah.
I'll give you an example of evidence that the area here is losing any sense of wokeness or political correctness.
Baton Rouge is.
Baton Rouge or Denham Springs, one of the neighboring communities. Early January, they have an event called Midget Mayhem.
Midget
Midget
Mayhem.
which is midget wrestling. Their words, not mine.
I've seen clips. It's pretty freaking hysterical.
And in the next month, they had, let's see, I wrote it down. It's called Tiny Dancers with the Mini Maidens.
Oh, man.
Featuring nationally recognized, nationally known Bridget the Midget.
Bridget, is she nationally known?
I don't know. I just read that, so I guess she is.
Did you?
But it's so a dance troupe of tiny ladies.
Hey, what was Elton John singing about? Tiny dancer. Hold me closer, midget dancer.
So there you
And
go.
why not? I don't know. I guess so. What's the I don't know. I'm glad to see cracks in the armor with some of the woke stuff. I really do. It's like, guy, we send clips all the time. I sent y'all a clip the other day of an Archie Bunker episode. All in the Family.
Yeah.
It is just hysterical, and you cannot believe that in the 1970s on national
Saturday
TV,
nights, like prime time.
Funny. It's funny today.
Yeah.
It's funny today. And and you think, how weak have we become?
Well, you figure, yeah, Carol O'Connor was probably as liberal as Rob
Yes.
Reiner.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They were, and as is Norman Lear.
Right.
Norman Lear is incredibly liberal
And able to play that role because he was an actor. Now they get ticked off if a non-handicapped person plays a handicapped person.
Okay, all right. Let's go down this path, Juan, because it was something I was, again, I'm at the apparently, I'm almost as old as you. Apparently not, but you're ahead of me now. It's your birthday today.
Yeah, I'm well ahead of you now.
You're like well ahead of me now. So we're at the play last night, all right, or two nights ago. Sorry, Frozen. Now, Frozen. It's those of you that think I'm the last human that doesn't know the story, but I know it's Frozen. Pretty sure it's like Scandinavia. Right.
Somewhere there's a lot of ice, I would assume.
A lot of ice. So to say that 40 to 50% of the cast
Didn't have the complexion of a Scandinavian, is where
Not
you're
so
going?
much. Not so much. So, but that's okay because there are certain scenes and there are certain parts that like that's cool. That's nobody, knows right from the jump. And again, I don't even know the story, but like the two girls, and I don't even know their names, Elsa and I think it's one's Elsa, and I forget what the
Yeah,
other one
one's
is.
Elsa. I think that's the main chick.
Okay. So they're kids, they're children. One is just as white as she's translucent. She's so blonde girl, and the other one kid's a redhead girl. Okay, which that in itself, like, nah, I get that. The mom, the queen, tall blonde lady. The king, African American gentleman. Okay, and I'm sitting there even telling my wife, like, am I wrong? Like, because you can just tell me. And I know this is a play. I know this is pretend. But am I wrong to be hung up going, I want to see the D, like, what's what's that 64 and you? What's the, like,
Oh, yeah, the 36 and me, something
I
like
want
that.
some backstory. I want some backstory. I know, okay, I guess this is magical. Okay, whatever. But I couldn't get off, like, hang on now. Like, work with me. Like, make the other sister, come on, respect,
Yeah, put
you
a little
know,
cream in her coffee or something, or coffee
something.
in her
Just
cream.
help me out there, right? Just right from the jump. And I'm like, and I get it. I'm like, I get it. And then they had a couple of and that's again, this is one of these things where
But when you see Lion King, at least when I've seen it, you know, all of the tribal dancers seem to be ethnically accurate.
dude, you have never you you ain't never seen an Irish dude dancing in the middle of the line of the Lion King. And I get it. And that's what's so horrible. Like back in the day of Archie Bunker, you'd sit there and go, hey, wait a minute. Come on now. Cut me some slack. It's not like there's not another 50 roles in this play where you could
Yeah.
at least just pretend like, and then later on, because the king and queen, they're up in the middle, like in the beginning, but then they die apparently. But then they show up later on, they're in the cast somewhere. You know, I'm like, hey, wait a minute. Hang
Not
on.
only are there other roles, there are other roles for them.
Yeah, but Juan,
They
that's
didn't
why
ask us.
I can't go to fancy places. But it was a lovely, lovely production. Lovely production. But hey, big news for Lafayette. Shout out Lafayette. They got a Bucky's coming
Oh yeah, man. I'm excited.
on I-10, and I'm trying to think it's going to be on I-10 in Louisiana. I don't know where Louisiana is.
That's probably, I mean, there's like 3 exits for Lafayette. I think 100, 102, and 103 or something. So
I just needed to be before when I'm coming in from Texas, and I needed to be I turn off on
you want it, oh, before the Morgan City exit?
yeah. I don't let me see on here.
I think that's exit 100. So it's probably going to be, I think that's the first exit you get to for Lafayette when you're coming from Baton Rouge.
Let's see, I-10 in Louisiana, Lafayette. I'm just so keep yourself amused at home.
Yeah, which you got an exit number on there?
Yeah, no, I was just jotting down here. I-10 in Louisiana. No, it's not showing me. Gosh darn it. Anyway, we'll figure that one out. But yeah,
But yeah,
whatever.
it's going to have to be because that's the last exit you would get in Lafayette,
Okay.
the one to
Well,
go to Morgan City.
it's supposed to be a big one, like a 75,000 square foot one,
Wow.
which is pretty big. It's perfect for yeah. I don't get I don't get excited about new gas stations, but you got a Bucky's there. That's exactly where
Well, there
it's
was
exactly
supposed to be
where we
one
need
coming
it.
to Baton Rouge several years ago, right down from where I live, but that was the year they had the big flood and said the politics in Baton Rouge wasn't ripe for their type of business.
Jeez, that's stupidity because those things are a machine, man.
Oh yeah.
Bucky's are, I mean, Bucky's are what Walmart used to be. It used to be that your talent didn't arrive until you got a Walmart,
Mm-hmm.
right? That used to be it. Really, you could judge like the quality of life in rural America went up when you got a Walmart. As much fun as we make a Walmart and what people at Walmart and, you know, all the things we joke that going back about 20, 30 years, man, your town, your area arrived when you
Yeah.
finally got a
So
Walmart.
we brought my son to the airport in New Orleans yesterday when that flew to Rhode Island. And coming back, we drove through along the river road through Lutcher where they've got all the bonfires
Yeah,
built.
yeah.
And you got on this side of a little town called Paulina,
Okay.
and nice houses, like some, you know, period style houses along the levee there. That's what Joey said. What's the name of this community or this town? It says Paulina. I said, is there a Walmart here? That's why you want to move to Paulina. It would be nice. I said, no, there's not a Walmart here.
Well, this is you're probably not that far away from a Walmart, but
You'd have to cross the river and hit Thibodeau on the other, hit Vassar and then go to Thibodeau.
yeah, but yeah, so nice. So I'm looking. I don't know how long it's going to take him to do it, but I'm looking forward to
Yeah, I
that.
don't know when they're starting. They've got one in Shreveport. This is the second one in Louisiana.
You know, okay, here's a total like whiplash change of pace. I just know I was thinking I jotted some stuff down here. And every now and then when you're scanning, if you click on something, stuff you watch on your phone, I guess it changes the algorithm. And I got onto a good one that I wish I could figure out a way to do it some more because it's showing me like random duets and musical numbers and stuff that was on TV in the 70s and 80s and stuff you just forgot about that you can't believe. Like when the Brady Bunch was at their apex, dude, the Brady Bunch was everywhere. They
had like, you remember on the show, they had a variety show or some talent
right.
contest. That was the one when they were practicing when Peter's voice started cracking.
Time to change, got to rearrange.
But they may have had, it may have been like seasonal, like the Brady Bunch Christmas special, like a variety. Back in the 70s, everything was a variety show.
Speaking of which, Brady Dad, gay. That dude.
Oh yeah.
We never suspected Mike Brady, because he was big in them musical numbers at the him and Barry Williams, who not gay. Apparently Barry Williams
dated all the Brady women.
Woo, Barry Williams, including the mom.
Yeah.
Barry Williams was the man. But one of the clips that came up just said, I still can't believe this duet ever happened. It was around the Christmas time. Captain Kangaroo, Bob, was his name?
Yeah.
Keisha, whatever. Captain Kangaroo and Cher.
Oh, God. And he was singing?
Both of them was singing.
Mr. Green Jeans dancing?
No. It was some special, some, holiday. You got to remember back in the 70s, man, they were all high. Isn't that the decade that brought us Sid and Marty Krofft?
Yeah.
HR Puffin stuff. I mean, good grief. You look at that now and you're like, oh, man. Okay, I guess it was mushrooms and no idea what these people were on. But yes, there's footage out there of Captain Kangaroo doing a duet with Cher.
Well, yeah, I saw a 70s video. It was a live music video from the Osmonds doing Crazy Horses.
Mm-hmm. They were rocking it out.
Yeah, man.
Crazy Horses. That was about
or it might have been Down by the Lazy River, which was from the same album.
No, it was Crazy Horses. I saw a clip for Crazy Horses, and I remember hearing that song back in the day. That was about as hard rock as the Osmonds ever went. But there you go. Now you see, and I got to meet this past year. I got to meet.
That's what I was thinking about.
The son of the oldest Osmond. Me and the son of the. I got his phone number. I can text that dude right now. You made it back on the Dave and Juan podcast. We talked about Crazy Horses. Your dad performing Crazy Horses. It's not Crazy Horses, but it's crazy. This today, and it's like, hey, because we're equal opportunity. We we get political sometimes, but always with the like I said, respect to everybody. You might lean one way, lean the other way. I call stupidity where it is. You see the story that came out today, and this is in Texas. This is a Texas representative.
Oh, I saw it. I don't
Kay
remember.
Granger. And I remember the name because the name's been around forever, right? I mean, Kay Granger. Yeah, she's a representative from Texas. Well, I don't know
And
why.
she's Republican, right?
She's Republican. She hasn't been seen in like 6 months. She hasn't taken a vote. She hasn't been. Here's guys. Here is a representative. This is a. I'm not talking about just a Texas state. I'm talking
Right. Making
United
money.
States
Making 175
representative.
grand, 175,000 of your dollars.
The
every
money
year.
is not the issue. I wish we would pay these people 5 times what we pay them, but then stop them from doing any kind of insider
Yeah.
training and actually hire some people that are good and not criminals, which is what we have everywhere on both sides. She has not been seen for 6 months. They found her. They found her the last few weeks in a dementia facility. Memory, where they would, they call the nice way they
Yeah.
call it is memory, whatever. There's a
Yeah,
nice way of saying, yeah, somebody's got
right.
dementia.
She's out of touch with reality.
6 months. I did she just get? I don't even know. I think she got reelected. So it's
Yeah,
like,
probably.
know,
I guess you don't have to call out sick.
apparently, when you're a representative or senator or the head of the
Right.
defense,
Head of the Department of Defense.
Department of Defense, remember, this what last year, a couple of years ago,
Yeah.
he just disappeared
Cancer
for a
surgery.
while. Yeah, not like he's got an important gig. It's hysterical, and when I say hysterical, I mean terrifying. That the stuff that's coming out, right? We're just like, wait, what? How is?
Well, yeah, there was a story, that more and more people are starting to acknowledge just how soon Biden
Yep,
was declining.
yep. Yeah,
So,
oh yeah, they're all coming out now to try. It's sort of cover. It's not so much covering their tails because it's out there, but yeah, just basically saying, yeah, we kind of knew from the very beginning. We've been drugging them up and
yeah,
doing stuff and doing whatever. So then somewhere else I read saying, okay, so these people are now coming out and admitting what most people paying attention would say: this guy can't be running things. We're listening. We're
yeah,
listening to what's coming out of his mouth. The fact that in 4 years he had 9, I believe, cabinet meetings.
yeah.
By the way, these are the most important meetings you have. These are meetings you
Right,
have with
right.
your cabinet.
Think about all the press that Trump is getting now with the cabinet nominees.
Right.
That's how important
Correct.
and debated these people are because they're that high ranking.
And the word's coming out that and in the limited, what, 2 a year maybe, and I don't think any
Well,
recently.
before the one he had right before the election or right after the election, to just because people were saying he hadn't had one, it had been a year.
Okay, but they're saying even in all these meetings, the cabinet members, y'all, the cabinet, like Department of Defense, the head of, you name it, head of the FBI, like these people, these serious people had to submit their questions beforehand.
So he could have them written. I have a written response.
That's been going on. So whatever, and the deal is they all knew it. Most of the media knew it. So there was something I read saying, hey, it's going to be interesting. When do we start challenging and bringing stuff to court saying, okay, anything that was signed,
Yeah, good point.
anything that happened over the last 2 or 3 years obviously has to be questioned and challenged as you're basically admitting that the person who was supposedly signing
Right. Think
this
about
stuff.
it. If a judge were in that situation, all of his past cases would be up for review.
So fun stuff. So
yeah, it's gonna be, you got to figure by February they're gonna be probably 10 books out. Tell all books from the Biden administration.
one of them's going to be Kamala's. You saw that Kamala got a $20 million book advance. $20 million. For those of you that wonder how this works, let me tell you how this works. That book, her book will sell nothing. She will sell less books than she got votes. And I'm not talking about this election. I'm talking about before the nominee primary, right? Yeah. This has been going on forever. These book advances are payoffs to shut up.
Yeah.
Flat out.
Hillary got, book deals that sold nothing.
Because that's the cabal you get into. Once you know like the secrets and what actually happened and what's going on, they pay you to shut up. They pay you to say, but there you go. There you go. Juan and I will shut up for half that amount.
Exactly. Shut
Half
up
that
forever.
amount. In fact, we'll do it for free right now because it's about that time. Buffet has been laid before. This buffet's got a few Christmas cookies on it, and as in Juan's church, we got snow lightly falling from the
That's right,
sky.
man.
All right, but it's time for us to push the button, get on out of here, see if any of this stuff stuck to tape. If you want to reach us, it's not that hard. Dave and Juan at protonmail.com, and you can find
Right
us.
here.
You can find us where you found us. Here, yeah. Whatever you're doing, whatever you're listening to, whatever you're looking at,
That's where we'll be.
do that again. Just do that again. And we'll try to be back here for you next week. It's a weird week. I'm in Louisiana. We'll figure it out. It's that time of year. We're one of the few people still working. Most folks aren't even working right now, Juan.
Yeah, I could tell. Trust me, traffic around here, it's crazy.
Everybody's on the road. Ain't nobody doing any work. Everybody's on the road. All right. We tell you every week, it's not a suggestion, a hint, subtle implication. Y'all, it's a freaking
mandate.
Man, get out there and live your best life. Get
Right,
out
and
there.
How easier could it be than this week?
It is this week. We got Christmas this week. Again, those of you that's Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever you pagans out there celebrate. Celebrate
Wednesday.
it. Don't kill nothing. Okay, just do me a favor. How about that? Like let's meet in the middle. All our pagan friends out there. You don't have to celebrate Christmas. Just don't kill an animal to celebrate whatever you're trying to celebrate. All right.
There you go.
Of course, they would turn around and say, "Hey, have you read the Old Testament, Dave? You really want to talk to us about killing animals?" And to that, I would say, "All right, you got a point. All right, I'll give that one up." But hey, everybody, have a fantastic one. Have a very blessed and safe and happy Christmas and holiday season. And Juan and I are going to see you when we see you.
That's right.
All right, love you, bro.
Back at you, dude. So one of the girls in one of the singers at church today came, and she had little gift bags for everybody on the production team. I mean, a lot of people and volunteers and everything. I said,
Nice.
how sweet is that? And so I start, going through it. And I got a little mini thing of Tic Tacs.
Tic Tacs, okay.
That's kind of cool. And I get Shout, Wipe, and Go.
My wife loves those things.
That's fairly random.
It's like a stain. It's a stain removal thing.
Stain killer. That's some Advil if church gets to be too much of a headache. And if you pop a button on your Christmas outfit, you got a little sewing kit.
Nah.
Nice. Then let's see what else I got in here. Some deodorant wipes in case it gets hot in church.
I've never even seen those, but those are nice.
I've never seen that either, dude. And hey, I could use this for my glasses, some wipes for that.
Wipes for that.
Let's see what else. Got one other thing in here. Some little banana candies or gum. So nice, man.
You know what? Here's the funny thing. I love that. That is a fantastic gift. It's like you don't feel bad. You feel very appreciative.
Look, I'm talking. There's probably 60 people volunteers on the production
Fantastic.
team.
Yeah. And it's just all little things. And you go, you're going to think, I don't think, oh, you know what? Somebody give me a Shout stain removing.
I'm putting this in my car, man.
Very nice.
Got a couple of mints. I ate those already, though. So
very nice. I think it's what my kids are going to get for Christmas this year.
Well, since the one son's not here for Christmas, so that gave me extra, I got extra time to buy him stuff. And then, granola boy, it's like trying to find, had to find organic stuff for those kids.
You're a granola kid. Just say, hey, son, I planted a tree for you.
It's over. Go home.